No live music, no nightlife, no livelihood. As restrictions gradually ease and we return to our offices, life may appear to have some semblance of normalcy for many of us. But for a group of musicians and DJs, this normalcy is nowhere in sight. They are still reeling from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. For them, the music, along with their livelihood, has stopped, and this silence has proven to be oppressive for them.
Pre-COVID, I was music director for a few different venues in Singapore, one of which is Rumours Beach Club, where we're at today.
I was a full-time resident DJ with the Selavi group. I also had a couple of other residencies around town. Before the pandemic, I was starting to play a lot around the region.
Pre-COVID, 80-90% of my work was DJing. I'm a freelancer, so I play both in the nightclubs, day parties, beach clubs, or even F&B outlets in the day.
So generally, the work was good. There were a lot of gigs, one or two overseas gigs as well, and then COVID struck. And when COVID struck, I think the last gig that I technically did was Sunshine Nation on the 28th or 29th of February of 2020.
Some of them have tried pivoting in their industry or even switching trades, but making the change has been far from easy.
I think everything went to a standstill when the circuit breaker was introduced in April. So that's when all our gigs kind of shut, the whole industry shut.
I was trying to apply for a couple of jobs. I have a university degree, but nothing was picking up for me. Right now I work at a couple of F&B outlets. That's been helping me with money, but it's nowhere near what I was earning previously. It's a bit hard for me because I was able to support my family before the pandemic.
Well, it's downright depressing. There are many days that I don't even want to get up because there's nothing to look forward to. There's hardly any hope, any light at the end of the tunnel. Finances have depleted. I had to sell my apartment because mortgage was just bleeding me dry. Thankfully, I have friends, family that have been helping me out.
If you take any other professional career as an example, if all of a sudden XYZ was banned, accountancy's banned for 2 years, what are those people going to do for a living? How are they going to find work? And if you've done a job for 20, 30 years and that's what you are known for internationally as well as locally, and what you're good at and what you're trained at and what you're skilled at, you can't just switch.
We've spent a lot of money and copious amounts of time to get to where we are in our field of work. You can't just, with the snap of a finger and then switch and hope to make the same amount of money in a totally new industry. And I think a lot of people who, especially those that had a secured job, they carried on. In the last 2 years, they just carried on. They don't realize that there are people in other industries like ourselves here that didn't get to carry on for 2 years. Yeah.
And they aren't just sitting by hoping for things to change. Started by Matty on Instagram, the social media campaign #savemusicsg describes itself as a ground-up movement that aims to create a roadmap to normalcy for live music and nightlife in Singapore. The campaign is backed by music industry veterans who stress that it's not big blowout parties with massive crowds that they're after.
One of our key points that we want to sort of get home is that this is probably 80% of our work. It's this kind of environment. It's rooftops, it's beach clubs, it's hotel, bars, restaurants, lobbies, where we do most of our work. It's not all about clubs and going big.
I think there's a lot of misconceptions that people have with DJing, that it's all rowdy with bottles in the air and all that, but it's not, I guess we're all trying to just show that, these misconceptions are all unfounded.
It's just very disappointing. And still, after 2 years, we are still not allowed to ply our trade. In short, we just want to get back to work, and just like everyone else in all the other industries, to do what we do best, continue making a living.